Brook Avenue overnight, and as cleanup continues, union members will be voting on the deal that ended the strike. Action News reporter Corey Davis has been following this story from the very beginning.
Let's get it, man. Stay in position radio.
With the latest, Corey, since you've been there from the beginning, how is the trash looking on the streets right now?
Aliana, good morning. So here along Midvale Avenue, people have their trash cans kind of neatly put on the side of the curb here, ready for trash pickup on this side of the street, the other side of the street as well. They have their cans, the bags.
They're talking about that Philly trash.
The stuff that they've been trying to hold on to or either drop off at those temporary drop sites during the duration of this strike. Residents overall are saying that they have definitely realized how important these city services are.
Well, I think Philadelphians in
What's
general
going on out there in the world, man?
maybe think about where their trash goes, and so the reminders of seeing it pile up makes them realize it doesn't just disappear. So the essential workers, the sanitation workers are really important, and I think they're overlooked.
So along with trash pickup, a number of other city services that stopped or either were reduced during the strike, including libraries, rec centers, and pools, will continue to return to normal operations today. But more than 9,000 blue-collar city workers of District Council 33 walked off the job on July 1st, and trash quickly started piling up. The strike ended last Wednesday, July 9th, but the city needed several days.
This is 6 ABC Philadelphia.
Pickup starting back today for residents with trash day on Mondays. Union officials say, on average, members of DC 33 earn $46,000 a year. Under the tentative agreement, they'll receive a 3% raise in each of the next 3 years, with a $1,500 bonus for the first year. Members will begin voting today to accept that agreement, and some residents right now are hoping for a done deal.
I hope so. Yeah, I'm glad that they got a raise. It's well deserved. But just as little old me walking my dog, hoping for the garbage to get picked up. I'm happy to see it coming to an end.
All right, so the union will have the entire week. Members will be able to cast their vote any day this week, with the final results being counted and released on Monday. So we'll find out for sure if DC 33 does, in fact, approve this deal. Reporting live here in East Falls, Corey Davis, Channel 6 Action News.
Yes, we shall see. Thank you, Corey. Police are looking for...
Yeah, that's what they was talking about, man. Then I got some news for y'all. They passed a bill for crypto. They passed their first bill ever. So if y'all are out into crypto, y'all can go ahead and look that up. And they say Trump, they say his hand swole from excessive handshakes. Somebody was squeezing his hand tight. Entertainment purposes only for this whole video. And then they got the WNBA All Weekend this weekend. It's in Indiana. So if you know anybody out there, or if you ain't got nothing to do and you want to go out there, they said Caitlin Clark, she's not playing in the All-Star game. She injured right now, so she's not gonna play. And then Damian Lillard, he went back to Portland. He got a 3-year deal for $42 million. So that's what's going on out there in the world, man. But I'm gonna get to these. I got a couple videos. One from one of my buddies, Gazelle, and then guy Dominic. Let me let y'all hear it.
Wow.
See what they're talking
you need to have a 304 base. Everybody needs one. You just got to get it out of your system. Why isn't it there? Why do you have that desire? Why is it within you? It's not a fame. It's something that links to you and sticks to you. That 304 base. What are you benefiting from? A range of experience? You could get that from one person. What are you benefiting from? Variety? So what do you think is going to happen when you're back in a stable relationship with just one person? You're going to start craving that same variety. There's going to be a lot more trauma besides the childhood trauma that you already come with. There's going to be this grown trauma of you trying to figure out why you can't be satisfied, why you can't be pleased, why you're not happy, why you want change, why you striving for all these things here, why you want it. It's so sad and so distasteful, especially because you have a lot of women who are just aiding and being the demise of their spouse. If he is down, they want to bring him all the way instead of building up. The only person
right amount of oxygen to ignite. And a bullet might cause it to leak, but it wouldn't ignite without a spark. But if there was enough oxygen in the tank and the bullet created a big enough spark, the chances of an explosion are still low because gasoline burns rather than explodes. If you shot a gun at a gas tank in a car,
I'm not for everyone, and I'm okay with that. If I wanted to be for everyone, I will be you. You're here trying to please the whole world, and guess what? It's never going to be good enough. You're never going to be able to please every single person.
Yeah, I'm doing
now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty. Big, big, big. It's a big deal. You get one medium hot for iced coffee and 2 delicious wake-up wraps. It's the biggest deal in breakfast. It's Dunkin's $5 meal deal.
Please yourself. Please your goals. Please your mindset. That's what you need to be pleasing with yourself. Not other people. Fuck what anybody else thinks about you. Fuck what anybody thinks you do or don't do. You're spending too much energy and time worrying about what other people think of you. You know who you are. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to prove anything to anybody. Like, who are they? They just have an opinion of you and your life. They have an opinion. You know the truth, and let me tell you, you don't need to prove yourself to people. They don't need your energy, they don't need your time, they don't even need your attention. They don't. You're busy doing you, smashing your goals. You're busy proving yourself that you are that person, that you are that girl, that you are a winner, baby. And when you're a winner, you're not worried about what other people are thinking or doing because you're too worried about you and winning. Don't worry about them. They're going to be just fine. Worry about you. Worry about you and improving yourself because you got this. Yeah. I'm not for everyone.
Yeah, motherfucker. I just picked it up, yeah.
That's what's holding y'all back. Negativity, man. Don't give a fuck what nobody say. Do what feels right to you. You know who you are. You know who you are. When I'm me, I'm happy being me. Feel good to be me, man. Straight up.
You may not know right where you're going.
They got you eating the butt of a pig. They have you drinking from the tip of a cow. And when that becomes molded cheese, you eat it. They also have you sucking on the bone of a chicken breast. And then they call it soul food, meaning that it's snatching the soul out of your body. That's why you get so tired when you're trying to digest it. And then you label it or name it the itis. When you hear itis at the end of a word, it means it's inflammation. So when you say you have the itis, that means that soul food diet is giving you inflammation, like bronchitis. That means you have inflammation to the bronchial tubes. The only diet we need is a vegetation. Vegetation runs the nations. It makes you enhance. It makes you feel better. It balances your hormones. This is the medicine given to us from God. It's fuel. We have to stop eating for taste. We have to stop eating for entertainment. And we have to start eating to uplift ourselves. We have apple juice that comes straight from apples without any preservatives. You can juice them yourselves. They even had the audacity to try to take this apple of Eve off the shelves in America because it was enhancing people, healing people. So they're trying to make it illegal. Family, oh my goodness, it's crazy. Remember, your food is your medicine, and your medicine is your food. Apple of Eve is the truth. Please don't grab a
powers that can supposedly control the four elements of Earth. This, for instance, is the first video that he found out that he had these superhuman powers. Check this out.
Alright, let's see if I can really twist this. Alright.
In this video, he's trying to control the wind to create waves on a lake.
First, it seems like
At first, it looks as if it could be just a coincidence. But then the next day, this happens. Could be just a coincidence, right? Maybe not. If you pay close attention, only the leaves that he's pointing at are moving in a circular pattern. After he uploaded this video, many internet users left comments stating that this is possibly the real deal, that he might actually have some sort of superhuman power. However, there were many that were still not convinced.
this man might be the real life Avatar.
Alright, here's what a healthy poop is supposed to look like. It's called an S-shaped dark sinker. Equally as good would be a long, smooth log. So if your poop is looking like this, you're in good shape. Now, if you've got these little balls, what I call the meatball poop, or these little rabbit pellet poops, this is a sign of severe constipation. If your poops are lighter in color and floating, this could be some liver, gallbladder issues. And I've got a lot of tips on how to get your gut health so much better. Follow for more natural health tips. Here's what a healthy poop is supposed to look like. It's called an S-shaped poop.
So I'm sure you guys have heard about this hurricane that has gone through Mexico and then now is headed towards Texas and then going to go up towards Illinois, then New York, and then maybe to the UK. You ever hear something like that before? Let me tell you what the government is telling you to prepare yourself for the hurricane season.
Hurricane season has officially started, and now is the time to get your game plan in place. This year, make sure the first thing you do is get a COVID-19 vaccine.
And don't tell people to get food or water, maybe a boat, so that they're safe from the water. Tell them to get vaccines. I wonder why they say this. Let's look at this. Because back in the day,
That's crazy. And men, we have to start pushing out. This is all for entertainment. Because we always talk about money, who got the most money, but we never talk about health. Because the goal is, okay, we're going to teach you how to get the bag, but we got to start teaching people to live long, to enjoy the bag. So a lot of people don't go to the doctor. I'm looking at you, you've been to the doctor. Every year. And that's the myth. Watch what I'm about to tell you. You pay insurance every month to go to the doctor once a year. So that's a hustle. Why would you pay once a month to go once a year? I tell people, fuck that once a year shit. You gotta start going every 3 fucking months because let's say you are sick. And you wait if you don't know what's going on internally. By the time you get there, you fucked up. So we gotta step our game up on going, understanding our health, going for walks, going to get the sun, and not waiting till men get erectile dysfunction to think something's wrong with them. Men, we have to start pushing out.
What we've seen here is water memory. You can do this experiment yourself just by showing an image to water for around 30 seconds and then freezing the water, and you will see a reflection of the image you showed it. This proves that water holds memory. It has consciousness. This is because water can change its structures depending on the vibrations it comes into contact with. This is where things start to get a bit crazy with words. Placing the word schizophrenia in water and then freezing it shows this image of a double-faced person. This proves that water is intelligent and is reacting to vibrations of the words. Now that you understand this concept, what do you think happens when you are drinking Monster Energy, or with cans which imprinted the word of death? You are drinking crystallized water with the imprinted vibration of death. You are filling 70% of your body, which is water, with the vibration of death. That water is mixed with sewage and all sorts of toxins inside of these facilities. Although they may remove some of the toxins from the water, the crystallized vibration of this water is still very bad. Ancients didn't just build beautiful water fountains for no reason. They had a purpose of moving the water so that it restructures the vibration of the water. Water is basically the internet of the earth. It has consciousness and intelligence. This is why you should never place your car keys or your phone next to your water
last night I was gonna invite him about some truth about the brain that I've been studying. They said, no, don't tell us that. Like, we gotta go to sleep. They said if I told them, then they wouldn't be able to go to sleep because they was gonna be scared. I was just thinking in my head, like, how is that scary? Telling you your potential. It's altering their mind. Like, living in a consistent state of fight or flight. It's consistently moving from the energy vibration around their bodies. So that vibration is literally shrinking. Which is making more negativity, more prone to their subconscious. So when it's time to receive the truth, that literally scares them away. That's why people just don't like being around us when we start to tap into the higher consciousness. Why people just don't like being around us when we start to tap into the higher consciousness.
So everybody heard about the story about the tortoise and the hare, but the message went over a lot of y'all head. See, because it don't matter how fast you start, it matter how you end. You can't go through life and live through life off of spontaneous energy. You need discipline, structure, and order. That will be talent and luck any day. Because see, the tortoise knew what the end goal was. And the hare was obviously blind to him being in the race. This is why you don't focus on what other people doing. You focus on what you're doing. You focus on what your goal is. And don't be a hare where you spontaneously just doing stuff. Have a goal. Have a mission. And stick to it. Don't worry about other people's goals. Worry about your goals that you need to complete. You gotta lock in like you the tortoise. Because we already know that slow motion is better than no motion. So are you gonna be the tortoise? When you locked in with the goal, you non-stop, continuously building to cross the finish line, or you gonna be the hare? You spontaneously doing stuff and never finish the goal. Y'all let me know in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom. Stay tuned. So everybody,
That's real. That thing ain't know he was in the race. Come on, man. Yeah. That's crazy.
But, so I was thinking we could spice up our relationship. I think we should add another person to our bedroom. Hear me out. I've been thinking about this. A MILF. You bugging? Okay, no. How about a black guy? Your friend? A fish? A big fish? Should we post it on OnlyFans? You freak. I'm with it.
Stop on it, man. Ain't nothing no cornflakes. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing no eggs. Good life in your body.
Only up 3 points.
Ain't nothing that's serving the pancakes. I don't care if they are in your mama. Nothing. Fried foods. Bacon, sausage, meat, and worms. First thing, why they gotta deal with the worms first thing? And you're wondering why you go to sleep in the middle of the day. Because the worms go to sleep in the middle of the day because they can't find nothing to eat. The bloodstream's working too fast. You wonder why at night you stay awake. Because the bloodstream slows down and the body's trying to rebuild itself. Restoration. The worms come out to play tag and eat something. You stay awake. We call it insomnia.
Crazy.
Dang.
You only up 3 points.
I can't. I mean, like, every day. Not no more. It's like, in this day and age, I don't know, it's just so hard to a point. It's like, who wants to get up and eat eggs, bacon, pancakes, and all that? Like, no. It's not. Man, for real, it's not. The only thing I learned was like, get up, and eat money. Something like that. With like some peanuts or something like that.
Look at you, bro.
What?
You actually tried to change your life around. You actually came so far. I'm proud of you, man, and you should be proud of yourself too. Be positive, guys. I know it's hard. hard sometimes, but just to let you guys know, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Keep on climbing that mountain. Keep on climbing on the journey. Just someday you'll make it.
So apparently, crab is out here eating Mario mushrooms because there is no way that we're looking at crabs that's the size of my couch. Like, what's really going on? Why do we keep seeing these gigantic crabs pop up? And LeBron looked like he want all the smoke. Like, I didn't even know crabs got this big. Like, LeBron them actually looked like they've been trading with Larry the Lobster. And the reason why we probably don't see stuff like this is probably because they would go extinct fast. And the big back community would just have a field day with
The big back community.
Like, just imagine a crab leg that's the size of your head. Yep, the obesity rate is definitely going through the roof. Because the big back community would just have a free fall. Once again, like I said, we really don't know what's at the bottom of the ocean. Because if we didn't know that it was giant crabs like this, just imagine what else lies at the bottom of the ocean. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts on what y'all think about Mr. Krabs' big cousins and Spider Dog Cameron in the comments. Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. And remember, if y'all
from kitchen waste to culinary wonder, check out Terminus leftover prepare hope into this delicious glaze that I put on this monster science pink oyster mushroom. I made this fire quickly pear juice instead of
the score update. He up 6-3. It's halftime. He talking all that shit. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Fuck you, motherfucker.
From kitchen waste to culinary.
What is going on in the grocery stores in America? I've never seen.
Somebody tell me what's going on at Coke. This is the third 6-pack that I've gotten that does this. They're not carbonated and they're flat. Like, if I wanted Pepsi, I would have bought Pepsi. What is happening? My radish was moving like that. Do you see that? What is that?
Seriously, what is going on?
First of all, I soaked this meat in a vinegar, and yes, it changed color, like it moved into brown. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just the vinegar they got in there. But why is this meat holographic?
Anybody ever seen an asparagus like this? Check this out. Fresh out the box. Look at this. What the hell happened to these guys? I have never seen an asparagus like that before in my
Dog, so this used to be an apple. What the fuck is this?
That's not an apple.
This was an apple. Look at the stem.
What is going on in the grocery stores in America?
Nah, that didn't know. No, I know a sponge, fake apple or something. That's crazy. I ain't never seen apple that's more like that. That's not apple.
We get paid to rap about that stuff. They actually pay us more when we rap about more ignorant stuff. So I make sure I even online and can talk on stage like
You
this.
scored on me.
Woke up one morning, I was like, damn, they got me. Man, look at the shit I spoke about. Look at the shit I put
Yeah, I hear you.
man, I feel very wrong for the black dudes to come in like that. Actually, damn responsible for when it comes to my niggas. How many kids and people have gotten on call? I'll put this shit in their ears.
Better reel it in the shoe. That's bitter. First down. Do it all again, man.
She ain't gonna be on City Gram. So somebody allowed to be no
You know, I want her raised totally different. Like, you know, I don't even want her to eat a seed. Anything like that. Like, I really want her to just be like, you know, like they're putting the world and just on my.
Life is more legal than you think, and LegalZoom is here to help. Whether it's registering a business,
Just on my.
This is what since Usher is dead, he was saying this years ago. Yeah, they don't, I mean, he was saying that, but these rappers and stuff, they don't really care about, you know, who they listen to, you know, big money and, you know, clothes, bad frequency. You know, bad frequency to people. It's, let's go, motherfucker. I thought I made that shit.
fast. 40 days represents overcoming death. It's the number of days that Jesus fasted for. I kind of feel like I'm on a journey sometimes. Don't really know quite where I'm headed.
At the end of the fast, she came to me. I heard the door open at 2 o'clock in the morning. She said, I completed my fast this morning. I said, what did you see? I saw God. She said, I'm going to make you famous. I said, how?
The Lyran versus the Draco reptilian. This cosmic war took place 387 million years ago. Reptilians ambushed the Lyran's planet called Planet Avion. They had an extreme bloodlust and was more technologically advanced. Prior to this event, the Lyrans were peaceful and never dealt with war. Lyrans fought valiantly, but the reptilians were too powerful. These beings were very carnivorous. Reptilians were actually consuming the Lyrans as a food source. Reptilians not only consume your flesh, but also your noosh. You begin to feed off the Lyrans' fear of them. Eventually, Tiamat was made aware of what took place with the Lyrans. And Tiamat freed the Lyrans from the Draconians' bondage. The Lyrans left planet Avion. The Lyrans learned from that situation since it became more technologically advanced. The Lyrans versus the Draco reptilian.
Stop tweaking about life for a second and look at this image. You are literally a single cell that is wearing armor and grew a lot. Your whole brain, your spinal column, is this, but bigger. You added some meat. But we walk around our whole lives thinking that we are the meat. This stuff, it's all temporary. It's all rented. Our payment is time. So more than anything, this is a call for people to stop reducing God to a single book, because you think the infinite is going to just be in a
trash, like all that trash in Philly, boy.
About that, but you can't even think about what the infinite is. We can't even think about what we are. And when you figure out what you are, you will figure out what God is. Stop tweaking about life for a second.
Let's get it. All I gotta do is scope. Crazy.
For some mysterious reason, reason, in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food. It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon up, and I like to rinse my watermelon before I cut it, and it's like, does anybody have problems with their watermelon like this? Oh my gosh.
There are dozens of videos where people buy watermelon from the supermarket and it looks strange. Sometimes it looks like plastic, sometimes it makes these weird noises, and sometimes, or many times actually, it feels as if it's made out of rubber.
So I cut watermelon for my kids, and they're all bringing it right back, saying they don't like the texture. I've seen enough videos of people posting rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
But it wasn't just rubbery. There was something else about the watermelon that was bothering a lot of people.
Let's go. Let's go.
It smelled really good. Wonderful. Cut it open, and it was like plastic. Tasting it was absolutely horrible. I didn't really know what to do with it, so we threw it outside. This is a week later. It looks like blood. What's going on?
It was pretty obvious that there was something off about the watermelon, and a lot of people were noticing it. But here's the thing, it wasn't just the watermelons. People were also noticing the same thing happening with avocados, blueberries, bananas, and the list goes on.
We got it from the supermarket, but when she opens it and she breaks it in half, it gets very tough and doesn't really break. And when it pulls, it's like it's glue. It's very tight and doughy. It looks very fake and relatable.
In this next video, Ari Osborne explains how she bought blueberries in the supermarket. When she gave it to her kid, she noticed that one of them looked like it was made out of rubber. Check this out.
It's left in her little bowl, and I put it down in the drain for the garbage disposal. And I push the button, it's doing its thing, but there's a clanking, and it sounds like something's stuck. So I go in the drain, and there's a blueberry that's not breaking apart. It's not. I pick it up, and why is there a rubber blueberry in my toddler's snack?
She cut it in half, and it actually looks as if it's made out of silicone or something like that. Strange, isn't it? But it gets even stranger in this next video. A woman tests out the food in the supermarket using a magnet, and this is what happens.
Look at this shit. The magnet. Did I got some? Yeah. That's the great chicken. Let's try it. Look at that shit.
After these videos were posted and became a viral sensation, it made a lot of people ask the same question. Are we possibly eating fake food? What's your take?
Yeah.
For some, a certain...
It's definitely some bullcrap, I'm sure. This ain't no way we seeing all this. Getting your watermelon all messed up. This ain't doing something tough.
Okay, maybe everyone but me knew this, but I just learned from the book I'm reading, I'll put it right here, that the 3 meals a day thing, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is from colonialism and white supremacy. That when the European colonizers came and saw the indigenous people eating when they were hungry. Yep, trust me, we learned. We learned to only eat with the sun is right in the middle because we understand the natural rhythm of things. The problem is, certain people think they are civilized than the indigenous people. But we've been knowing to only eat once a day and to actually only eat not out of addiction, but when you feel the energy to we charge. That's what we eat. You know, so decolonize. Decolonize your mind. Okay, maybe everyone but me knew this, but I just learned from the book I'm reading, I'll put it right here, that the 3 meals a day thing. What? I'm reading, I'll put it right here, that the 3 meals a day thing.
Cleaning your teeth ain't the only thing you can do with toothpaste. And if your grocery cart look like this, comment real. I got a special book for you.
How powerful is toothpaste? You won't know until you see the last one. 1. Rice and toothpaste. Mix them to make super glue. 2. What to do when your white clothes turn yellow after a summer. Put the clothes in a basin. Add 5 centimeters of toothpaste, a little bit of salt, an appropriate amount of laundry detergent. Soak in 50°C warm water for 10 minutes. Gently scrub it. You'll have a new piece of clothing. 3. Toothpaste and white water. Brighten and remove rust. 4. Towels not clean. Put the towel in the sink. Add 1 centimeters of toothpaste, salt, white vinegar, and laundry detergent. Add 50°C warm water. Let it sit for 10 minutes. Gently rub it a few times. The towel will be clean immediately. 5. Toothpaste and laundry detergent. Eliminate stains on mesh shoes. 6. Add Sprite and toothpaste to a bowl. Mix well and pour into a spray bottle. Spray on the wall where kids have drawn. Wipe and it's clean. 7. Open the toilet tank lid. Take a tube of toothpaste. Cut a small hole with scissors. Put it in the toilet tank. This keeps your toilet clean and fresh for a year.
We literally be consuming cleaning products. We need to get away from the processed food. Get my equal. This is the game. Cleaning your teeth.
That is crazy. What toothpaste can do for me like that? Tell everybody say it can keep your toilet clean for a whole year. Just by throwing the toothpaste in the toilet. Not the toilet, but you know, the toilet bowl. Not the bowl, but you know what I'm talking about. Y'all saw it. That's crazy though, dang. And then this is what we use to brush our teeth. That's a shame.
I want you to think about this. The fact that you're given 2 kidneys, not 1, you're given 2. And you fuck up all 2 of them to the point that they're going to put you on a machine to clean your blood for you. That alone shows that your lifestyle is not good. You're killing yourself. You're living a detrimental lifestyle where your internal organs can't even function. Imagine that. Your inner world cannot even keep up with the lifestyle that you're living on your outer world. And it's the inner world that actually matters. If your outer world lifestyle is literally killing your inner world, that alone shows you that, yo, that's not a good lifestyle for you. You got to change your lifestyle. So, man, I say, dandelion root is going to help you with your kidneys. Stinging nettle root is going to help you with your kidneys. And cleavers are going to help you with your kidneys to break up the calcification. So dandelion root is going to help you. Stinging nettle root is going to help you in cleavers. Especially the cleavers. Cleavers are very good for the kidneys. Okay? And stay away from dead animals, stay away from processed sugars. Okay? Stay away from food coloring, stay away from artificial flavors. Okay? Yeah. I want you to think about this.
The astral world correlates to the 4th DNA strand, 4th chakra, and corresponds to the energy wave spectrum known as the color green. A lot of
he got me 26 to 14. He won.
To the astral world.
It's a good game.
Remember your dreams. It's a very good sign that you have embodied your 4th DNA strand. Now, there's a split in the astral world, and there's a lower 4th astral world where disembodied energies and entities hang out just looking for a frequency match to latch onto a human body. They're stuck in a cycle of reincarnation, so it's important to be mindful if you're going to astral travel or when your consciousness leaves your body to have the appropriate protection. But there's good news. We are now creating new timelines and reconstructing the astral world for true ascension. The astral world correlates to the 4th DNA strand.
And so you shouldn't eat grapes because the grapes nowadays are fake. You see, if you ever walk into the store and see grapes on the shelves, you will actually notice more.
You know, grapes crashed. For real, unless you get like the green ones or something like that. Grapes be trash. If you get lucky, get some seeds in it. The best ones, for real. I've had seed grapes, man.
6 triangles are 6 sides, 666. The human body is made out of carbon, which is 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. Your body is the beast. You are not your body. The Bible even says, for it is the number of a man, and that number is 666. You are the Christ, the intelligence within the physical body. The Bible says, Satan, who is the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. The god of this physical world is time. We live in a solar system, not a solar system. We started in the stars. See the word? We hit Saturn first and then incarnated through the 7 planets, which are the 7 days of creation, the 7 chakras, and then entered the heart, which rearranges me to Earth. Satan blinds the mind. We forget who we are. And this is shown within the symbol. All of the planet symbols are made out of the sun, moon, and earth. Saturn's symbol is the earth cross and the moon crescent. The sun is the soul, the moon is the mind, the earth is the physical body. The Saturn symbol is showing you matter over the moon, matter over mind, but it should be mind over matter. It's also where the number 5 came from. This is why we have 5 senses. The 5 senses of the physical world. Saturn is basically the computer running this simulation of this time matrix. You are in the game cube of Saturn. Everything in this physical world has 6 sides.
Yeah, he just whipped me 26-14. So shit, that's my first game of the day. So I usually got to get warmed up, but I'm ready to go now. I'm gonna beat some ass.
Where you dispose of glucose. The difference between you and someone with type 2 diabetes so bad that they're going to get their digits amputated is an extra 1 teaspoon of glucose in the bloodstream. That's how critical it is that we regulate our blood sugar. And the most important part of blood sugar regulation is having muscles that are big enough to put the glucose into and that are insulin sensitive enough to respond to the signal of insulin. Muscles are where you dispose of glucose. The difference between you.
Bro, do me a favor. Stop living in the past, bro. That girl that break your heart, that friend that betrayed you, bro, forget about it. Let it go. Let it go. Because at the end of the day, what happened yesterday is a lesson. When you woke up today, you get to eat today. That's a blessing. Because you have to understand that there's so many people right now that they would get the chance to wake up and enjoy their life. There's so many people today, bro, that didn't make it. So stop living in the past, bro. It's like you're driving a car and you're looking what's behind you. Eventually you're gonna crash to what's in front of you, right? Bro, you have to focus on what's in front of you, not what's behind you, bro. Leave it, just let it go.
So what's going on out there? Stay in position radio, man. You just play some niggas channels and let y'all hear it, because everybody can't hear everything. They be shadow banning on YouTube, man. So I'll just play some while I'm on here, just to stay on here a little bit longer, you know, but everything's still the same, you know. Yeah, so they still talking about the Epstein list. They ain't gonna never release it. It's I think Benjamin Netanyahu in it, entertainment purposes only. That big head schmuck. He been doing that same war bullshit, bullying shit for years. Like somebody gonna end up taking care of that, man. So you keep doing that, and somebody gonna end up shutting that shit down, man. You know, he think he getting away with that shit. But entertainment purposes only. Benjamin, you're not getting Yahoo. You a schmuck, boy.
To show you your character, it's like, damn, I really did it. Okay, that's the person I was, and that's what I need to work on to be the person I want to be, the person I'm aiming to be. You feel me, bro? That shit not meant to get the world on the cry about, dog. So the thing I want you to start doing, bro, is beating yourself up about plenty of shit that you can't change now, about situations that's over with that you can't do nothing about now, because that shit in the past, bro. So just let that shit go and just learn from the situation. That's the best advice I can give you, bro.
I drive. You help people customize and save Liberty Mutual.
I have always said that I'm gonna get my degree one day.
Yeah, make sure y'all look at y'all fruit. I heard this story on here earlier.
A lot of us have been written out of history. It's called paper genocide. Laws were passed starting in
the 1700s, 1800s, but the final law that was passed was called the Racial Integrity Act, which was passed in 1924. This act changed people it took your nationality away from you and reduced you to a racial category. So that would be Negro, colored, things of that nature. So a lot of us, when you look back on your the census reports, you're gonna find that a lot of your ancestors were documented as being colored. Now, when you understand that the original term for colored represented anyone who was indigenous, and what they would say Native American and black, right? But the point is, black is not a nationality. So when they deal with when they say black, they hide a nationality. A lot of us have been written out of history. It's called paper genocide.
Stay in position radio, man. Let's do a little recap. They passed the crypto bill for the first time. The WNBA All game this weekend. It's in Indiana. Sports. Dane, that nigga went back to Portland. Signed a 3-year deal. They say Trump, his hand. I seen on the news he had some makeup on his hand or something. Somebody squeezed his hand too hard when they shook his hand. Y'all watch it. Who y'all let shake y'all hand? Motherfuckers be squeezing your hand too hard. So I just give a fist bump. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers you don't know what's going on these days anyway. So be a lot of shit going on. But my game just started. I'm Baltimore, they the Rams. Let's get it.
Are we eating people? Let me just start by saying none of this is real. It's all for entertainment purposes only. There's a huge scandal with this company. I don't know if I should say the name or if it'll get me flagged, but it's a biotech company that claims to have reverse engineered human taste and aroma receptors. Their product is in almost every processed food item that you consume. Pepsi, Lay's, Gatorade, McDonald's, who has also been rumored to use in their food. But a lot of people claim that this company produces their addicting food additives from cells. Definitely research it. It's pretty creepy. And that is only one example of real life Soylent Green.
And then dumped down the drain to be recycled.
Soylent Green. I heard about that. Y'all look that up. Stay in position radio. Entertainment purposes only.
They're showering and they're doing their laundry, and this is happening in most states across the country.
Entertainment purposes only.
They're recycling.
That type of stuff like that, it just makes me so like, dang, nothing is said. You know, whether you can escape nothing.
Eyes which host your opinion, and the photons that come on those angles of light carry messages. And it happens when you close your eyes. Your pineal is stimulated when you close your eyes. Now, the powers that be don't want you to use it, and thus we've all heard of calcification. It can decalcify your pineal gland. So the Vatican know of this knowledge. They truly know of it. They cannot not know of it. And the pine cone sits on the staff of the Pope also. I've mentioned this before. What is this pineal gland that everyone's talking about, and what happens when you trigger it or activate it in meditation, as people always ask? Well, the pineal gland is a very interesting organ in your body, or gland as it is. And it's actually filled with fluid, and surrounded around there are very similar structures to that of the retina of the eye. Now, something which is very, very interesting about the pineal is that it's connected to the same sensory visual part of your brain as what your two eyes are. Now, inside this fluid, they say there are small crystals. And of course, the pineal gland is light reactive, but it is stimulated by darkness. Science has shown us that in darkness, the pineal is stimulated. This is why we dream, and as I say, filled with fluid which has small, tiny crystals within it. It is ultimately your connection to higher dimensions of reality. It is your connection to the spiritual plane. It is, as it was said, the seed of your soul. Now, the pineal gland, being that connection, is something that should be nurtured and looked after. And as I say, every religion, every scripture, every messiah, every spiritual teacher pretty much has leaned towards this, if not directly, then in a mystic sense. We can look to the ancient Middle East religions, such as things within Egypt and the symbology of Samaria, and you see several constant references to the pine cone. The largest statue of a pine cone on planet Earth at present is situated in Vatican City. So the Vatican know of this knowledge. They truly know of it. They cannot not know of it. And the pine cone sits on the staff of the Pope also. I've mentioned this before. So what exactly is this pineal of yours? As I say, it's a connection to the higher dimensions. And it should be nurtured, cared for, and looked after. Now I see inside there is fluid and there are crystals. Now, melatonin is created within the pineal, and they say DMT is a precursor from this. Just as with Moses had to reach the land, the promised land flowing with milk and honey, milk, serotonin, honey, DMT, and amber substance, serotonin, and milky white substance. Thus in meditation you reach the same promised land, the land flowing from your pituitary and pineal and milk and honey. Now DMT, the problem you have is we can't actually autopsy a human being fast enough because of DMT's chemical state to prove that DMT is being created within there, but we know melatonin. I don't know what's going on with this video.
Watch how Kobe acts when it's time to go on a walk. You wanna go for a walk? Huh? You wanna go on a walk, buddy? Okay. Can I put it on? Sit. Good boy. Oh. Good boy. He is officially pooped. Usually he'd be way ahead of me, but he's right here with it. We almost walked 2 miles, and baby boy is pooped, okay? Watch how Kobe acts when it's time to go on a walk.
That's crazy. Like hot dogs. It's almost like they really understand what you said. Michigan's largest summer Comic-Con is back July 19th and 20th.
Yes, it's headed under.
If you have hair loss or thinning of the hair that won't grow back, you have a damaged nervous system. And I talk to y'all about this all the time, about how your hair is actually an extension of your nervous system. It's an extension of your nervous system, and the extension is in thermoreceptors, environmental receptors, and it sits in something called the Merkel's disc. And what your hair is for, your hair literally scans the environment, brings signals back to alert certain types of amino acid structures that the allopathic community call proteins, and it literally tells you how to interact in your relationship with the environment. If you have hair loss or thinning,
What are y'all still doing in America? Like, this could be 5:30 on a Thursday night for you if you just book a friggin' flight.
We were poor. We had rusty floor. You had the devil's door.
Alright, y'all, so a lot of y'all been asking about bread replacements. We don't really eat bread like that, but if we were to eat bread, I'm gonna show you the type of bread that we would eat. So here we go. This is sprouted bread. So this is Ezekiel 4:9. This is 7-grain sprouted bread. Just think that it's gonna digest better. It's gonna digest better than regular flour bread or anything like that. If you are to eat bread, if you have to have bread, these right here cook really good in the toaster. They soft in the middle when you cook it. Everything tastes really good. If you are into like grainy bread, this one will probably be the choice. If you're into more like a wheat bread, this will be the choice. Now these two are sure to digest really easy in your system. It's not going to be around for days, just anything like that. But just like everything in moderation, if you need the bread, get that type of bread. The sprouted is good. Don't get the regular bread. That's going to turn into sugar. It's going to stay around for a long time, and it's going to be hard to get off. Get the stuff that's going to come out easy. It's going to give you the nutrients. We don't do that sticking around for days. All right, y'all. So a lot of y'all been asking about, do that sitting around for days stuff. Yeah, that is true. You don't supposed to sit in the house that long, supposed to be getting outside in the sunlight. A lot of people don't do that, so they don't know nothing about that, But hey, they don't know nothing about that, so they don't care about stuff sitting to anybody, Wow, he is lucky. Definitely so bad. Oh, okay.
The fucking squirrel is back. It look evil as fuck. I'm terrified. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, you bitch. The fucking
Somebody asked you, why is this girl like me?
squirrel is back.
Nah, I gotta
It
record
look
that
evil
one
as
time.
fuck. I'm terrified. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, you bitch.
That is hilarious.
I'm trying to figure out who the fuck did this, when, and how the fuck is it fitting in the parking spot like a regular car? How are you driving this around? I'm trying to figure out who the fuck did this.
That was like oh. That's funny. That was a bad fall too. I know that.
Do you know our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? 1 Corinthians 19-20. I can see your sin showing in your physique. What you doing? Sloth, greed, gluttony. You need to try a little gluten day combined with gluten-free. You see, too much pride gonna stop you from learning. Not enough gonna keep you where you're at. It's you versus you. Comparison gonna generate a wrath towards others until you realize it's just a reflection of your projection staring back. Come on now. And when you lust to bust before generating trust, you're gonna end up envious of the one who does trust before the thrust. So we must adjust our disgust to what it is inside of us instead of what we wish it was. Come on now. You gotta embrace your intuition to reposition your decision. You see, we've been conditioned to seek recognition from the opposition, but it's a contradiction to our God-given mission. If you feel like something's missing, go ahead and comment. See what I see? Well, authenticity is tradition, and we don't need permission to go from being different to making a difference. It's a proposition. You better get up, get over it, get after it, choose yourself, and get in.
I'll admit, for a while I wasn't a believer. I thought the whole cats pretending to be scared by their cubs thing was just one of those feel-good facts we made up, like elephants thinking we're cute or hippos being anything but nature's nukes. Except it turns out that exact thing has been seen in lions, tigers, leopards, and snow leopards, so there's a good chance the rumors aren't just rumors. Apparently, cat moms will actively try to boost her kid's pride like a mom putting mediocrity on a fridge. Old Timon's getting to come confidence to get his own groceries when he grows up. But how are we so sure? Well, one, dogs will do this thing called self-handicapping, where boy pup
puppies will purposely let girl puppies win while playing, because game is game, just only one of them's playing. And two, let's be real, you'd have to have last night on your birth certificate to fall for that. Oh, no, yeah, you're real scary, buddy. But yeah, this was really just an excuse for me to put all these videos in one place and talk about it. So yeah, the more you know, and I hope you enjoyed, because I know I did. I'll admit, for a while, I wasn't a believer. I thought they just do that to like compare them to like the wild, basically. Or I didn't know.
Women and for men, but especially for women, if you feel that you're gonna be in danger, do you know there's an old ancient science if you wear purple, that somehow that's a protecting type of energy. Let me give you another one. There's a black dog called Anubis, or Anpu, that is in the I think if you can shine the light here, I can show them Anubis. If you're walking late at night and you want to be protected, only thing you have to do
Bobby Hemmett
is take the black dog Anubis that you're going to find in these Egyptian books, put him on a chain and a leash, and imagine him walking beside you. You ain't have to put him on a chain and leash. Just imagine him walking beside you. I don't want to disrespect. Don't put the chain and leash. Just imagine him walking with you. Either as the picture of as the form of the dog, the Doberman picture, or the form of the man with the dog head, and have him walk beside you, and ask Anpu or Anubis to protect you. I'm not talking about a physical thing. I'm talking about the realm of imagination. It's called creative visualization or imagination. So you imagine the dog Anubis walking you, women, and for
CERN has accidentally opened multiple portals all around the world, and strange creatures are coming out. Part 2. They have discovered a new creature called a Dracohound. Their diet has consisted of small berries, rodents, and other vegetation. Another animal that they discovered is called flutterballs. They've also found forest sentinels, which are beetle-like creatures, eating things like plant matter, fungi, and insects. Now the scary part is they found one of these portals under the ocean. Strange ships have been popping out of them. The technology in these ships are way more advanced than ours. And scientists believe that humanoid creatures are flying these things. Make sure you hit that follow button because part 3 is wild. CERN has accidentally opened multiple portals all over.
Alright, y'all. I'm calling it right there. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That's on Monday. You know, we're going to keep these videos coming each and every day. And I appreciate everybody supporting me and all that. You know, we had 18,000 subscribers. I want to thank you guys for that.
It's my boy Gazelle, man. Y'all go add him on YouTube.
Alright. But with all that being said, make sure you take care of yourself. Send peace, abundance, prosperity, good health your way. And hey, the weather is nice outside, y'all. Please get outside, take a walk. Even if you gotta take a walk, just sit. Just sit. If you got a backyard, sit in your backyard. Just try to get some sunlight. Okay. Don't just sit in the house all day. Alright? Scrolling. Please get outside for a little bit. Alright? Because I knew I'll be out there sweating. So y'all get out there too. Alright? With all that being said, like I said, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. Oh, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another one. You already know. We're about to get into
I was
this
looking
channel.
for that other video.
It's going to be a good one. Stay tuned. Let's get right into it.
Hey, guess
Let me find something for y'all real quick. Kick this field goal. Let's go. Oh yeah, they got a fire going on in Utah. If y'all ain't heard about it, like y'all got people out there, y'all need to go ahead and check on them. Out there in Utah.
love building my brand, but my daily to-do list is a nightmare. Fiverr is my secret weapon for getting things done fast. In just a few clicks, I can easily outsource tasks to the best freelancers around the world. From video editors and designers to social media managers, you name it. It's perfect for online businesses or content creators to grow their brand while still having the freedom of time. Now I can just focus on doing the tasks I love and living my best life. Join Fiverr now to delegate any task you need.
Welcome to another video of the most disturbing clips on the internet today. Buckle up, everybody. We're heading down those rabbit holes. Let's go.
It's my boy Next Year Reacts. I couldn't find the other one, so fuck it. We go on here.
I heard a new theory on deja vu. You know the theory of a multiverse? There's so many different paths we could have went on. Yeah, I had deja vu yesterday. I was having a conversation with somebody and we're like, yo, this feels like deja vu. And it was because we were supposed to do this the day before. So the way deja vu might work, it's a crossover of something that would have happened anyway. It's like a canon event that was supposed to happen and it just crossed over there. Because no matter on what timeline you are, you're gonna live that exactly a canon event. Yeah, I believe that 100%. But I don't believe in the it should have happened yesterday. I feel like no. I was supposed to hang out with somebody. Why it didn't work? Yeah, but we hung out the next day because we were supposed to hang out anyway. Yeah, would have happened just like that anyway. Yeah, that's fate. So it like lined up on a different path, but it happened because it was supposed to. It's one of the canon events. It's supposed to happen. Did you know some people dream in black and white, or worse, don't actually dream at all? I suffer from deja vu terribly, more so recently than ever before. I'm not sure I buy this theory though. I prefer to think of it as a glitch in the matrix. It's just more fun that way. They secretly stole this from your child, but unless we act, you'll never get it back. Imagine your child's best friend is dancing in a video, and for 3 seconds, they pan the camera at your child. If they edited that video in CapCut, your child's face, voice, and identity now belongs to ByteDance forever. If your child writes a song and their friend sings it in a CapCut video, ByteDance now owns a license to that song for eternity without your child's permission. Yes, this goes for you or your child. Yes, even if you or your child haven't signed anything, it's all buried in the terms of service. Parents, this ain't paranoia. It's real, and it's already happening to tens of millions of Americans. If you believe that your child's
Yeah, I'm
identity
beating them
should never be
16
owned by a
zip.
foreign tech
Third
company,
quarter.
sign the petition now to get it in front of Congress. The goal.
Third quarter, 3:20 to go. This is gonna be my last game right here. So y'all let me know what's going on out there in the comment section. Where y'all at or whatever this is. I'm just playing motherfuckers YouTube shits while I'm playing the game. So shit. Motherfuckers need to be hearing shit. So y'all recognize some of their voices anyway. So fuck
is
it.
to get 1 million signatures. Let's go.
Oh boy, quit. So I'm gonna play one more. I got time anyway.
Every year. That's pretty terrifying, right?
Yeah,
I am guilty of not reading terms and conditions myself, not on everything anyway. There is a simple remedy to this though. Just do not allow your children on any social media to begin with. You know, that may be an unpopular opinion, but I'm sticking by it. Nothing can convince me that children benefit from being exposed to the internet. People are freaking out after finding out they're allergic to doing it. There's been quite a few reports recently of people saying they found out they're allergic to it, and it's blowing people's minds right now. A lot of people, of course, have allergies, some rarer than others, but I bet you didn't know you could genuinely be allergic to doing it. However, it is also extremely rare and is down to one thing that's involved in the process, not the whole thing. So people are actually allergic to semen, normally down to proteins that's inside the fluid. So it's more of an allergic reaction. It can also potentially be down to food that person's eaten, and there's slight areas in there. So if you're allergic to peanuts, the person's eating peanuts, and then you're eating that, not good. Experts have come out and warned of the warning signs and symptoms, which are essentially these things, as some of them can actually be quite serious. But it's very similar to someone who would just have any other allergy there is. You can get tested for it. If you get a blood and skin allergy test, it will genuinely pick it up. A lot of people who have this and have had severe reactions, the only thing they can really do is avoid the substance. They're not coming into contact with it at all. So let me know your thoughts on this and I will keep you updated. As awkward as it sounds, this condition can actually be quite serious, allegedly, triggering reactions from itching to full anaphylaxis. That would be horrifying for everyone involved, wouldn't it? Yikes.
Did you see the video that the man posted about the ritual that goes on in the mountains in Arizona? If you haven't, I'm going to show it to you.
ritual in the White Mountains of Arizona. They physically brought like a black stone altar. They chucked this thing in and then carried it into the White Mountain Apache reservation to their high place that's out there. And they brought a huge pig with them. And the man who was the high priest over it came up from Phoenix, Arizona to govern this ritual. He had that brown, charred, soggy skin and people like needing help, but he was the master of ceremonies. As people took their positions and began to initiate that ritual, when they slaughtered the pig on the altar around it, when he drank the blood of the sacrifice of the person, his complexion came back to life. Like he lost 20 years in his life. His skin transformed in front of my face to be that of a much younger man, and his spine stood erect. The joints of his hands were straightened out. That is a vampire.
And there's another guy on this app, I think his name is Domo. He said that whenever a familiar isn't producing enough red stuff for the vamp, that what ends up happening is the vamp gets sick and starts to develop like red blotchy patches on its skin. And this is linked historically, okay, because I looked it up, to a blood disorder from a long time ago. Like it says here, the vampire myth is often linked to a real-world blood disorder called porphyria. And who once said that they were a descendant of Vlad the Impaler? Oh yes, trolls. So my question to you guys is, do they walk among us? Do you believe that they do?
Yeah, they do.
Families across Michigan trust High
Yes,
Point
they do.
Virtual Academy of Michigan with their child's education, and it's easy to see why. Our tuition-free online public school uses an interactive curriculum to help your child learn
Trolls. So my question to you guys is, do they walk among us?
Yes.
Do you believe that they do?
I
Yes,
stand
they
on my
do.
theory about this whole vampire trend. I personally believe the term vampire to be more metaphorical and symbolic than literal. Everything is vampiric these days. People, the news, music, food, life in general is soul-sucking and drains us of energy. It's the same thing. Speaking of energy-draining news, we actually have some to feature now. With some clips from basically around the world and around the internet, covering the world's current state of affairs as we continue to descend into yet even more chaos with each passing day. Let's take a look at some of these breaking news stories clips, and before we do that, if you're still watching but you're not subscribed, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so you're back for tomorrow's episode. You'll thank me tomorrow. And also, let's try and aim for around 1,500 likes on this video. I sincerely appreciate it, but let's crack on with the rest of this video for now.
Donald Trump just crashed Chelsea's trophy lift. So last night was the final of the FIFA Club World Cup, where Chelsea beat PSG 3-0. And if that wasn't shocking enough, when it was time to hand the trophy to Captain Reece James, Infantino and Trump were supposed to give it over and walk off. Trump, however, doesn't. You can even see Cole Palmer at one point confused, saying, "What is he doing?" Trump ends up staying in the shot and celebrates like he's one of the boys. So now, whenever Chelsea, or anyone for that matter, wants to look back at all the pictures, you got Trump right in the middle, having the time of his life.
Trump not leaving the stage after he gave the trophy. Watch the FIFA president right now. He's like, "Trump, come with me. Come with me." Trump's like, "Nah, I'm staying." Look, he's like, "Hey, Trump, come." He's like, Trump looks at him and goes, "No, I'm staying." He said, I get some people don't like him. I get some people don't like him. I get some people hate him. But this is just objectively hilarious. He said, "No, I'm on the team. This is my country. I'm celebrating." The FIFA president tried to get him to come with us. He said, "No, lift it. This is objectively just, it's out of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Veep. Look at Cole Palmer. He goes, "What does he do? What does he do? What?" Look. He gets Reece James. He goes, "What does he do? What does he do? What?" These photos are they're unbelievable. He's going to do this next year during the World Cup. If you win the World Cup next year, he will be doing this.
Yeah, I guess he's finna quit because it's the second time he's finna get a delayed game. The last dude quit too.
I'm just gonna call this right now, just so everybody knows. And I can
So if he get one more, they're gonna do it. They're gonna make him disqualify him for the excessive delayed game.
Is ready to reveal the truth of the client list, says insiders. So why are Republicans blocking her? I don't actually know the Republicans are blocking her. Right now, she's also actually seeking a pardon from Donald Trump. It's pretty well documented that he already considered giving her a pardon back in 2019, but he was worried how it would appear. No shit. And now that they've come out and said that there's no client list, there's no files, they have no information, she has put in a motion to the Supreme Court to hear her case. She's trying to get out. This is going to go free. She provided hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
It's an easy win for me. That's 2 in a row, so I'm going to just take a break. But I'm still going to have it going, though, for y'all.
Things to them, and she's going to go free. None of those dudes are ever going to see justice. None of those victims are ever going to see justice. Our entire world is run by a bunch of disgusting old who couldn't even survive a fist fight with air.
You guys, what the? They found this teddy bear outside of a gas station in California, and they think that that might be human skin. A teddy bear believed to be wrapped in human skin was found in a California
Yeah, I know y'all heard about
Sunday
that.
afternoon, sparking
About
a
that
coroner's
teddy bear
investigation.
outside of the stove.
13,600 block of Bear Valley Road in Victorville at around 12:30 p.m. on
They said
Sunday
they found
in
the dude,
San
too.
Bernardino County. Witnesses said it appeared to have a face-like piece sewn onto its head. Oh my lord. Skin-like material was allegedly stitched across the body. Okay, so some people think that this could be a prank or an art piece because similar-looking teddy bears are sold on Etsy. Apparently there was one on Etsy a while ago that was used in a prank. Why?
Retire if you master these AI tools.
Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only
In a prank? Why? I'm sorry. The fact that people are making and selling human skin teddy bears on Etsy. I'm sorry, that's like so beyond disgusting to me. Authorities are investigating the incident and have not been able to verify the material.
I ever seen a teddy bear so real that it made the police call the coroner, y'all? They thought this joint was wrapped in real human skin, y'all. Look at it. Well, as of right now, I don't even know if they really know if it's not. But I do know somebody left this beside a gas station and the police came, they had to take off the whole spot, y'all. This on some like Wrong Turn or some Hills Have Eyes or some Texas Chainsaw Massacre type. Imagine you pull up to the gas station, you hop out the whip, you walking into the gas station to go pay for the gas to get in your pump, and you see this junk sitting at the door. What's the first thing you gonna think when you see this? This look like some Chucky shit. Look at the junk, y'all. That junk was just sitting there. Who the put it there? I know they doing an investigation. Y'all look, they was not around. They got the whole dog. Shorty putting on gloves. They taking this serious. Now let's just say this really is human skin on that teddy bear. Do you know how mental somebody gotta be to do something like this? This baby boo. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Because as of right now, like I said, they don't know if this is really real human skin or not. But they treating it as if it is. Look, they putting that joint in a bag and everything. Now, I'm not gonna lie, looking at it, like I said, it could have been all the things I named, or it could have been part of a satanic ritual. You never know. But all I do know is I wouldn't have been around that junk.
He goes on to claim that the Democrats literally wrote the Epstein files themselves, saying, "Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration?" Now, my immediate thought when I read that is, why on earth would the Democrats go to the trouble of forging incriminating files about Donald Trump and then not release them? Now, luckily, he goes on to refute himself in the very next sentence by saying, "Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there..."
That's because they ain't gonna never release it.
Why didn't they use it? So either there's nothing in there about you, or there is something in there about you, but it's forged. Definitely both of those cannot be true at the same time, right? Now, I tend to think that the reason the Democrats didn't release the list when they were in power is because the list incriminates more than one person, right? That's what makes it a list. It would just be a name otherwise. Essentially, there are other names on the list too, including some key Democrats, but also some very wealthy people who both Democrats and Republicans are interested in protecting. It's a kind of mutually assured destruction sort of scenario for both sides of the political spectrum. Now that seems to me a bit more likely than the Democrats forged a list with nothing on it only to not release it, and now Donald Trump also does not want to release it even though there's nothing on it. Now, as far as I'm concerned, him trying to claim that it was forged by the Democrats is essentially just a signed confession by him that he knows for a fact that he is definitely on it.
They're clones. While everybody's focused on the New World War, let me remind you of the real war, the one they don't want you talking about. Epstein wasn't just some sicko flying politicians to an island. This dude was obsessed with cloning, DNA, transhumanism. He wanted to start a baby farm in New Mexico to breed his own race. Jeffrey Epstein's Zorro Ranch, which is known to have an 8,000 square foot underground level and is rumored to lead even deeper underground. Epstein hoped to seed the human race after a cataclysm by impregnating 20 women at a time at the Zorro Ranch. He wanted his brain and his genitals frozen so he could live forever. It was a f***ing lab. He was the mad scientist. And his sidekick, Ghislaine Maxwell? Phil Schneider also built submarine bases and said that most were connected to the vast network of deep underground bases. Ghislaine Maxwell had a submarine license and was known to transport people to Epstein Island through an underwater submarine port. She got 20 years in the cushiest prison in Florida. Where's the client list? Where's the justice? They're hiding it. Remember Virginia?
Your baby, but it would really be our baby, and we would have you sign a document.
One of the loudest survivors? She's gone. They said suicide. But come on, her close friends say she was. Use your head. They're erasing these women while feeding you war headlines 24/7. This is not just about Epstein. It's about control, DNA, media, the future of your freaking soul. And while you're distracted, we're getting ready to launch Project Bluebeam. Fake aliens, staged miracles, full-on mind control. You thought COVID was wild? You ain't seen nothing yet. Their whole thing is global reset by 2030. It's a script, and we're all in it.
You're copies of people out here in the world. What?
Moves. Well, the north rim of the
I
Grand
just started
Canyon's on
another
fire.
game. Look
I
at
think I might just know why. Check this out. Did you know the Grand Canyon area is known to contain uranium? That's right, uranium. To be exact, just in the south rim, there's 82,800 metric tons of it. Here's the kicker. It's a little over 98% pure. Uh-oh. So here's a red flag. There's been a uranium mining operation that's been on standby for 40 years. They just opened up last year. We're pumping it out. Now, while the Pinyon
they said it was burning some
only
kind of
actively producing uranium
white
mines in the
substance
area, there are proposed or
at the
standby
Grand
uranium
Canyon.
mines on the north and
If y'all know
south
what's
rims,
going on out there,
and
let me
some
know in the
more
comment
solar
section.
mines are also present. The north rim.
They ain't gonna put that in the news though.
What's crazy is there's a safeguard of nearly 1 million
Entertainment
acres
purposes
surrounding
only.
the iconic Grand Canyon National Park. Yeah,
I forgot what they said it was.
open this right back up.
I'm gonna look it up here in a
Tribes
second, but
organizations have been fighting this for years.
they said it was like a white substance.
Burn, baby, burn. Burn it all down. Now, if you didn't know, uranium's primary use is fuel for nuclear reactors.
Oh,
Now, what
these
else can you
snickers.
do with a nuclear reactor? Highly enriched uranium can be used in the production of nuclear weapons. Oh, how our government loves critical minerals. Must love them enough to burn down the historical Grand Canyon Lodge. Now, everything I'm saying is a legend. I'm not saying these are facts. Well, they are. I'm not saying the fire is to get the uranium, but damn, would that be a great idea? And damn if our government doesn't need more uranium, because they do. Well, what do I know? It's not like the government's ever taken tribal land before, or even sections of national parks. Makes you wonder.
I was trying to figure out who could have the Epstein client list. And then, boom, it hit me. There was a minute of footage missing. And there is no way that I'm the only person that's thinking Epstein's still alive. He had his own private island. He was a billionaire. Do you know that he can hire an army to protect him on his own island? Fake your death, and you will be free to do as you please.
You know the only bad thing about that? It started to backfire on Trump. Now, TikTok, this is not facts. It's pure speculation and fun, okay? But I don't think he did. I think Epstein is alive and well. And all the rest of these kids that's still coming up missing today, he still got his hands in it. I mean, but think about it. You're a billionaire. You can fake your death and go and live on your own island. Who has the island now? What are they doing on Epstein Island? I mean, it has to be empty, don't it? It had to be confiscated by some government.
Love slots? The DraftKings casino app's got you covered. They got tons of slots to choose from, like Cash Eruption, Cleopatra, plus
Confiscated by some government, right? Huh. Let's go see what's going on in Epstein Island.
Did you know that tattoos are a direct source of heavy metals going into your bloodstream? That's right. Every toxic heavy metal that you should be cautious of is found in tattooing. Mercury for red, lead for yellow, cadmium for red, nickel for black, and the list goes on, including aluminum and copper. And these are the same metals that are being linked to serious health conditions. Right now, tattoos are more popular than they've ever been in history. 61% of the U.S. population ages 18 to 49 has at least one tattoo, which is why people should know what they're putting in their bodies. People are starting to ask the question now, are there tattooings without heavy metals? The answer is no. All tattoo inks, even if they're vegan and cruelty-free, have to have some heavy metals in the ink in order for the tattoo to show up under your skin. The reason your tattoos fade is because over time, those metals are being time released into your bloodstream, and so that bright pop starts to go away. The brighter the tattoos with the most ink, the more types of heavy metals. Tattoo inks are currently regulated by the FDA, and they're classified as cosmetics. So as long as the heavy metals are below the safety limits, they're good to go. But it's important to know that these metals found in tattoo ink have been linked to all sorts of serious health conditions. Before you get tatted from head to toe, I thought this was some info you might want to know. As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
The New York Times just exposed the corruption of the U.S. healthcare economy, and I don't even think they realized it. They just published an article showing which industries employ the most Americans state by state. What's wild is this side-by-side comparison. In 1990, the map was filled with manufacturing, retail, hospitality, and public sector jobs. Sure, obesity, diabetes, fatty liver, and cancer existed then, but they were nowhere near today's levels. Fast forward to today, and the entire country is blanketed in one color: healthcare. Hospitals, insurance giants, nursing homes, and outpatient clinics. Nearly every state's top employer is now in the sickness business. And since 1990, diabetes has doubled from 17 to 14%. Obesity has tripled from 11 to over 40%. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, colorectal cancer in young adults, and myocarditis were once rare. Now they're exploding, and 6 in 10 adults now have one chronic disease, with 4 in 10 living with 2 or more. Big pharma, big food, and a broken medical system created the perfect loop. Feed the people poison, get them sick, sell them the treatment with side effects, sell them more treatments to manage those side effects, hire more workers to manage the chaos, and call it economic growth. I don't know if this article was satire or pharmaceutical brainwash, but if you ask me, it's clear. We're not fixing the health crisis. We've just built our economy around it.
The Grand Canyon fire suspiciously coincided with renewed uranium mining. Was it negligence or a calculated move to secure critical minerals, maybe? We've seen a stark increase in land grabs over the last 2 years, from lithium accidents to flooding and fires to make way for, well, certain agendas. But I'm sure for YouTube's sake, we can all agree that it's just a coincidence, right, everyone? Oh, and to think we're done with covering the breaking news stories would be, let's say, a long shot. Here's some more clips to add to the ever-expanding pile of chaos that is our world right now. Take a look at some of these. Right, we've had way more UFO sightings than ever before so far this year. Check this out. UFO sightings have already been reported in 2025. The latest figures from the National UFO Reporting Center confirmed 2,174 cases logged between January and June. That number is higher than the total for the same period last year, which recorded 1,492.
It marks a steady rise that continues to push reported figures well above historical averages. The center receives reports from civilians as well as police, air traffic controllers, and military personnel. Each report is reviewed and compared with known aerial activity. Most are ruled out quickly, attributed to explainable causes including commercial aircraft, drones, weather balloons.
Oh, before you leave, can you turn that document into a PDF for me? Thanks.
At 5, to explainable causes including commercial aircraft, drones, weather balloons, satellites, or bright planets. But roughly 3% remain unresolved after review. These higher interest cases often involve structured craft moving at low altitude without sound, described as triangle shapes, discs.
Without sound, it's that stealth mode.
Some show flight behavior that defies conventional explanation. The actual number of events may be far higher than reported. According to NUFORC's Chief Technology Officer, only around 5% of sightings are ever submitted. The organization believes the vast majority go unreported, either because witnesses are unsure of what they saw or hesitant to come forward. This reporting gap continues to obscure the true scale of unidentified aerial incidents taking place across the country.
As you said there, literally this year we have had way more UFO sightings than average. Stuff out in the first 6 months of this year, we've had way over double nearly the amount of UFO sightings as of last year, triple that of the year before. Does this mean something's going on? Is there something really strange going on? Ariana and Aki coming back? Have aliens decided to come and visit us again? Why is there so many more UFOs being spotted this year? Is something big about to happen?
These are the views for hundreds of thousands of people right now, as multiple places in the United States are on fire. Places that once stood for a long time, now being burned down. Texas being flooded again today for the second time in the same exact location. Oh, and by the way, while all this stuff is happening in the U.S., we have all these radars just shutting down for random, oblivious reasons. Get to this in a second. What if I told you it looks like there's a hurricane heading to Texas possibly as well? Let me ask you all this. Why is it always Texas? Do you remember the deadly freeze that Texas had and then 2 floods within the same exact week? I want you to notice 2 things. 1, the way this storm just blows up and goes right over Kerrsville. And 2, notice where the hurricane's coming from.
Yeah, I'm playing Richie Mueller.
And much like the last time, this storm barely moved at all. And we had 32
Richie Mueller 999. He just scored. It's 7-7. We're 7-6. I guess he's gonna do a field goal.
Right here on this radar.
Well, I say he's going for 2. Let me see what he do.
Whatsoever. But also, we have these 3 radars in Florida down right now. Then one got struck by lightning. Something else happened with a different one. Every single day, a radar.
So he up 7-8.
Not to mention many publicly used radars going down indefinitely. I wonder why all of this is happening. And of course, unrelated, not relevant at all. A whole lot of people are noticing their bodies of waters are no longer producing waves, but instead producing these weird little vibrational patterns. A lot of people, a lot of places, but specifically the Gulf of America, right there. This video right here is just for attention while I talk. It's just some guy changing the frequency and adjusting the water. And I mean, speaking of frequency, of course, unrelevant, the human frequency has been acting up for a week straight now. 25 hertz, by the way. And about 10,000 acres burning in fire tornadoes around Utah and Arizona. I mean, really, what is even going on at this point?
My apartment! The whole thing! Dude, holy sh**. Oh my god! My fucking... everything, bro!
Wow. Yes, y'all. You can clearly see that water is coming in from the ground, y'all. There is no possible way rain is causing this. This is in Iowa, man. This just happened a few days ago. Look at this. Y'all sounds like he is in shock and disbelief because it's like, who expects that? That water was rushing in faster than anything, y'all. And then here you go again. I said this water's coming up from under the ground, y'all. This is another source, y'all. This is crazy because look at the rain. There's barely rain. And here goes another one over here in Davenport, Iowa that shows you that the water is coming up from the ground, y'all. Remember, water is intelligent. It has memory, y'all. This is all over Iowa.
Actually, some of those apartments that are on that first floor,
those are very likely underwater as well. You think? You think they're underwater? Bro, the window is covered. People are saying it is a life-threatening situation. We're talking about 2 to 3 feet of water, y'all. Here's a time lapse of what's going on in different parts of Iowa, but the water's literally coming up everywhere. Man, this is crazy, y'all. The ship is here, man. Y'all see it. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Assault in Las Vegas is about to skyrocket because Uno has officially been added as a table game at one of the casinos. In fact, Uno didn't just get added as a game. They opened an entire social club at the Palms Casino Resort and then filled it with branded stuff like pool tables, bowling alleys, bars, and even Uno-themed rooms. The only thing I want to know is what game are they playing? Because I swear, if that dealer tells me I can't put a +2 on a +2, hands will be thrown. Question is this a good idea, or is it just going to end badly?
Do any of you remember this guy? The Toronto Poop Man? You heard me right. They called him the Poop Man. They called him that because 2 or 3 times a few years ago, he threw buckets of poop on different Asian women in Toronto, Canada. Yeah, that actually happened. His name is Samuel Opoku, if I pronounce that correctly. And at the time, he was 23 years old. But that was 2019. And depending on what articles you read, he either dumped his bucket of poop on an unsuspecting woman 2 or 5 times in the span of about a week. But why do I bring up a story from 6 years ago, even if it is super weird and disgusting? Well, Samuel, the Toronto Poop Man, is back in the news again, and this time it's worse. In June, he SA'd a woman. I can't say the actual words here on TikTok. A woman he followed off of a city bus, but thankfully he got arrested again. The point of this is there are just people out there that are crazy and mean. And if he starts by throwing buckets of poop on people, it should be no shock to the legal system that he's going to do something else. And this time, it was even worse. Okay, till next time, Shabba-dabooshkies.
Shabba-doo.
What's your credit card debt balance? If it's $10,000 or more, here are 3 easy solutions you can start implementing today. And number 3 is an absolute game changer. Number 1, the first step to tackling your credit card debt is understanding how much debt you actually have and how long it could follow you.
I thought he was from the scope before halftime, so it's 8-7.
Number 2, start with minimum payments to stay current on all of your cards. Then take any additional money you can afford and put all of it towards your smallest debt until it's paid off. Then work your way up, knock it out.
Okay, till next time, Shabba-dabooshkies.
Shabba-doo.
This is allegedly the storm that took place over Texas, y'all. And I'm not gonna lie, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Now, people been saying, they've been asking, Rock, is this AI? Rock said, nah. So I'm really gonna need y'all help with this one. Do y'all think this is AI? I'm gonna show y'all the video. But I'm like, what the is this? Look at this shit, y'all. What the hell is that? What is that? Is that like water just pouring down at one spot? It looks like it's a fire. Look at that, y'all. Now, like I said, I don't know if that's real, but that's allegedly the video that's circulating saying that was the cloud that was over Texas, y'all. Now, if that's true, have y'all ever seen anything like that? It looked like a battle was taking place up in the clouds on some Star Wars. Like, was that water just dropping down profusely? Like somebody cut on a faucet and forgot to turn it off type. It's among other things that I want to say. Direct, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know what I'm talking about down below in the comments. Let me know.
This is crazy. Does anybody remember that Air India crash last month that killed 260 people? You know, the legendary crash where only 1 passenger survived? Well, a preliminary report has found that there was a cut in the fuel supply to the engines. According to the report by India's Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, the fuel control switches in the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, by the way, had been flipped, starving the engines of fuel. Now, the report does not say whether the switches were flipped by a person or in another way, but when looking at the black box recordings, which includes 2 hours of video, by the way, and in this recording, one of the pilots is heard asking the other, why did he cut off? The other pilot responded that he did not do so. Shortly after, the switches were reversed back to where they should have been, and the engines were in the process of powering back up when the crash actually happened. Do keep in mind, on the 787, the fuel cutoff switches are between the 2 pilot seats, and guess what? Not only are they protected on the sides by a metal bar, but they have a locking mechanism designed to prevent accidental cutoff. So what happened? Let's keep in mind, the captain of the flight was a 56-year-old who had flown more than 15,000 hours in his career. The first officer, though, was a 32-year-old man with over 3,400 flying hours. There's obviously a lot more that's included in this report, but I just wanted to list off some of the things that just had me, because I can definitely say that I did not expect any of this to come out of the report.
A demonic execution stunt at a concert in Seattle. The band who was performing that night and did the mock execution is called My Chemical Romance. Now, I've heard of the name, but that's all I know about them. According to the article I read, they put on like a demonic fake execution during their concert. And some of their fans want refunds for going to that show. And they want to get rid of their tickets for future shows. Now, I want to make it clear, I'm not saying the band or anybody associated with them is demonic. It's probably just a stunt or an action sequence like in a movie. But, and maybe this is just me, I don't like messing around with demonic forces. Especially if I went to a concert and didn't know that was coming up. So I can absolutely understand the people wanting their money back or refunds on future events. Yeah, so that just happened in Seattle. Okay, Bushies, I just wanted to share that with you. Shabadoo.
Online learning did fit into my life better. She is going to be graduating.
Okay, Bushies, I just wanted to share that with you. Shabadoo.
Okay, I have to have a word with you. This is not acceptable. This is not okay. I thought you were on our side. But now listen, today I find out that RFK Jr. is launching something called MABA. Not MAGA, MABA. It stands for Make America Biotech Accelerate. You see, I thought this man was all anti-establishment, anti-big pharma, all natural. But now he's like, let's accelerate biotech? Bro, what are we accelerating toward? A Fitbit for my pancreas? He's pitching national wearables. His vision is that everybody will have a national wearable to track your health, which sounds a lot like Bluetooth-enabled surveillance disguised as self-care. Like, awesome. It's great. Now my wristwatch can paddle on my liver. Nothing says liberty like a device that knows where you're stressed before you do. And yeah, sure, they're going to say it's optional. It's totally optional until you can't board a plane or you can't buy groceries without it, can't get into a store. Imagine getting a notification. Hey, Rachel, your cortisol is high. Report to a government-designated menopause for reprogramming. The worst part of all this is people are clapping. They're clapping at this because it's wrapped in red, white, and blue. Like it's page. Like you have to be patriotic to do this. Sorry, I know biotech can help people, you guys, but when it's used to monitor, track, and control behavior, that is not about health. That is about digital domestication. So before you step on the little freedom shackle, please ask yourself, who is the data? Robert's data. And how long until you're locked out of your favorite grocery store or any kind of entertainment because your heartbeat violated community guidelines? I'm just saying, not happy right now. And if anybody has any advice about what we are to do about this before it's too late, let me know.
A powerful magnitude 6.7 earthquake struck beneath the Banda Sea early on July 14, 2025. The epicenter was located 179 kilometers west-southwest of Tual in Indonesia's Maluku province. The quake hit at 0549 UTC and originated at a depth of around 68 kilometers. That depth reduced the shaking felt at the surface, and no tsunami warning was issued. Indonesia's seismic agency and the USGS confirmed the event. There are no current reports of damage or injuries, but monitoring continues. This region is no stranger to major quakes. It lies along a highly active tectonic zone where multiple plates are constantly grinding and shifting beneath the sea. Quakes of this magnitude have struck here before, and they will again. This one was deep, fast, and strong. We're watching the area closely. If anything changes, we'll report it first.
Well, that was a strange medley of news stories. Uno gambling, flooding, plane crashes, demonic rituals, and a food-throwing bandit. Okay. Hey, Ian, if you're watching this, then welcome to Earth. A fun watch, but people seriously need to realize that AI is not.
If you have a few hours this week, I can show you how to quit your 9 to 5, start a simple business, and get your first client fast. And no, it's not an MLM.
A fun watch, but people seriously need to realize that AI is not the problem. It's the people using it. You can see they are abusing people's ignorance to what AI actually is, but the sheer volume of headlines stating AI can lie. No, AI doesn't lie or have a concept of self-preservation. AI can't intend to lie or mislead in the way humans do, because it doesn't have consciousness, it doesn't have motives or a sense of truth. It just predicts responses based on patterns in its training data or instructions it's been given. Sure, AI can still produce false or misleading information, and it might look like it's lying, but anyone who is clued up on AI or is even a programmer will tell you that it is completely normal and it's actually called hallucinating and not lying. There must be a narrative behind all this fear-mongering and playing people's ignorance, right?
Holy Grail is the neck and the head. The ancients traveled across the world to find the Holy Grail. This journey to find the Holy Grail is symbolic of going within the self. They did not travel across lands to find the Holy Grail. Holy Grail is an inward journey of gaining the sacred knowledge of what you truly are. Cup is filled with light. Light is symbolic of knowledge. When someone's very smart, you call them bright. Illuminati is illumination of the mind. It's information of the self. Quest to find the Holy Grail is about finding the light within, gaining information about the self. Ancient knowledge is hidden behind allegories and stories.
The Holy Grail might actually refer to something within our own minds. The real treasure is in the cupboard, in our life. Imagine that. A huge thank you to my Amazing channel members. Honestly, without your help, this channel would cease to exist. So thank you so much for your support. And if you are interested in joining the channel membership and unlocking some exclusive books, then head down to the video description and click the link below. Cheers.
For years, they called it a conspiracy. They mocked, censored, and gaslit anyone who dared to ask questions about geoengineering or weather modification. But now, after catastrophic floods across Texas, New Mexico, and North Carolina, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA, has finally cracked the door open. And guess what? It was never a conspiracy. It was just an inconvenient truth. The EPA just dropped new online resources acknowledging geoengineering, cloud seeding, and solar radiation management. Things they've spent decades pretending didn't exist. So why now? Well, maybe because a Texas-based weather modification company, Rainwater Tech, received death threats after cloud seeding just days before the floods. The CEO says it's all but a coincidence, and maybe it is. But after decades of denial, people have the right to be suspicious. Even the EPA's own administrator, Lee Zeldin, went on X and said flat out, Americans have questions about geoengineering and contrails. They expect honesty and transparency from their government. This ends today. So, what exactly does the EPA now admit? For starters, solar engineering is real. This is where they inject sulfur into the stratosphere to block the sun. They also admit to cloud seeding, which involves spraying silver iodide into clouds to force rain. This, of course, has been happening for 50 years and already happens in over 50 countries. In the U.S., it's sold as a drought-fighting miracle, but there's almost no transparency, no oversight, and no informed public consent. They also address the so-called chemtrails, dismissing them as harmless contrails, but at the same time, they admit they're now tracking private actors involved in geoengineering. So is it harmless, or is it worth investigating? In any case, one thing I can appreciate is that the EPA didn't sugarcoat the potential dangers of geoengineering. According to their own materials, it could destroy the ozone layer, disrupt
disrupt global and regional weather patterns, harm or wipe out entire crops, trigger acid rain, that's a fun one, and deepen global inequality if deployed unevenly. In other words, steal rain from one region to dump it on another, which starts to sound a lot like warfare. You can either starve your enemies by limiting their crop yield or flush them out by absolutely drenching their most populated floodplains. If that sounds familiar, it's because the U.S. did something similar during the Vietnam War to extend monsoon season of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. So engineering and weather modifications are very real. I guess that's another check mark for the conspiracy theorists. But here's the thing. You don't get to play God with the sky and expect zero repercussions. There's no free lunch, folks. We're tampering with systems we barely understand and pretending we can fix climate change by hacking the atmosphere and blocking the sun. This is a very stupid game. And you know what they say about stupid games. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
I hate to say we told you so, but we told you so. Even now that it is common knowledge that our weather is artificial, it won't change anything at all. It won't stop. They're not going to stop what they're doing. People just don't care enough. Sticking to the subject of our skies now, we actually have some UAP news covering populations. Some of these are pretty crazy, so buckle up and take.
An IQ of 85 to 115 is considered average in the US. An IQ of 115 to 145 is considered high, and an IQ above 145 is considered genius. Are you curious to know where you stack up? You can take this 2-minute IQ test that will give you detailed results on your IQ score and cognitive skills. You can also share this link with friends and compare your results. It is 100% reliable, and thousands of people have taken this test. Click the link below to find out more and let me know in the comments if your IQ is above the average.
Hey, Alicia Little here, and I'm excited to announce that the 3rd annual AI and Marketing Summit is here. This is the AI Marketing Summit 2025, and you're invited.
Now, we actually have some UAP news covering populations. Some of these are pretty crazy, so buckle up and take a look.
Hey NASA, what the heck were you guys doing flying over Washington, D.C. today at 43,000 feet, which is excessively high, flying in circles for 4 hours between 8:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Eastern with an omitted airspeed, I might add. And that particular aircraft is not only designed to fly at super high altitudes, but it can also carry up to 10,000 pounds of payload. You know, given the unusual tower activity near your area over the last few weeks, I definitely think we should all be paying closer attention to this region.
I had AI decode this brand new crop circle, and it might hold 2 completely different meanings depending on how you look at it. Let me know if either one of these makes sense to you and which one you connect with. So this crop circle just appeared near Stonehenge. It was discovered on July 13th in Ludwell, Wiltshire. The formation shows a 5-pointed star flanked by 2 crescent shapes and small circles or orbs. At first glance, it closely resembles something called the triple moon symbol, which is a waxing, full, and waning moon, a sacred icon in Wicca tied to the divine feminine and lunar cycles. The pentagram in the center, well, that's long been seen as a symbol of balance. Earth, air, fire, water, spirit. But if we flip the image 180 degrees, everything changes. Now the triple moon becomes inverted, breaking its association with nurturing or cyclical energy, and the pentagram points downwards. In esoteric and occult lore, an upside-down pentagram can represent the subversion of spirit, hidden forces, or even chaos. Some traditions interpret them as above, so below. You've probably heard that, which is a mirror between spiritual and physical planes. Is it a dual message? Is it a warning? Is it a balance of light and shadow? I mean, crop circles have often been found near ley lines, and with Stonehenge just miles from this one, it may have been placed there intentionally. So which version do you feel drawn to? The upright or the inverted? And what do you think it means? Let me know in the comments. Let's decode it.
Oh my. It's a alien.
It's not going so fast though.
Yeah, that nigga won 34-7, man. I should have stopped when I said I was.
We shall see. I want to see their Joe.
Yeah, well, anyways, let me know what y'all think about the little compilation, man, that they put together, and I just put it out here, man. I'm about to get off. Shit, I end up losing, so I got some shit I got to do right now, but But the crypto, they passed their first bill, and the House Secretary, Caroline Levitt, or whatever her name is, she a House nigga. She the same as the other one when they had for Biden. They always lying. They be on bullshit. Trump he had makeup on his hand to hide them veins. Somebody was squeezing his hand too hard when they was shaking his hand. Just a recap. It was being aggressive. And then the WNBA All Star this week, All Star weekend this weekend in Indiana. And then Dame went back to Portland, got a 3-year deal. TJ Watt, he signed a new extension over there with the Steelers. I think they got Aaron Rodgers over there too. Supposed to have a good team over there, but I'm gonna get with y'all, man. Y'all let me know what's going on out there. Mr. In Position Radio. They still ain't released the Epstein files. It's fires and floods. It was last time I checked, it was a fire in Utah. It was burning. Let me know if y'all know about anything else. Philly trashed. I played a video earlier about that. They working on getting all that trash up. I think they came to a settlement. And what else? That's it, really, man. It's Friday, so y'all be careful out there in these streets if y'all gonna be hanging out. I'm gonna stay in position, man. I got stuff I gotta do in between, little stuff here and there, but y'all just stay focused. Read that scripture I put in the description. I'm gonna just put a scripture in there every time I get on here, because it's important, man, to keep positive energy, positive thoughts. Nobody perfect. We gotta be content. Sometimes it ain't gonna work in our favor, but in the end, it will work in our favor. So just stay in position. That's my motto. So if y'all want some merch or gear or whatever, y'all get with me. The email address on there, RalphDBoy2@gmail. Y'all get with me. That's it. If y'all can come up with anything, y'all let me know. I'm gonna check the perimeter and before I get off. See if it's any more alerts. Let's see.
Love slots? The DraftKings Casino app's got you covered.
Yeah, ain't nothing really going on. Ain't nothing going on, but it's floods and fires everywhere. Just about. So they said it flooded in that same place in Texas, in the same area twice. Yeah. They ain't gonna never release the Epstein list, and if they do, all them names ain't gonna be on there. It's gonna be certain names taken off. I said Benjamin Netanyahu on there. That big head motherfucker. Entertainment purposes only. Benjamin Netanyahu, you a schmuck. You big head motherfucker. Y'all stay in position, man. Y'all get with me. Stay in position radio. Entertainment purposes only.